Hello guys, how are you doing? I just had the longest consecutive lucid dream experience and the most sexual one by far. I haven't had lucid dreams, uh, not the long kind, in a very long time. I've had I've had lucid dreams where I remember that it's a dream just at the end. Uh, but these were these were really long and there was a lot of false awakenings. I did a lot of experiments with that Brian Slagsani proposes that he does is, and it was just overall amazing. So let's see. I've been lying in my bed for about 5 minutes now, trying to recall everything that happened. I think I have a decent amount to tell you about. So the first thing before I started sleeping was I was just listening to the Law of One analysis on YouTube, and I was just laying in my bed being lazy and stuff, just laying down, not doing anything. I was thinking about cats because the guy on YouTube said something about felines, which are cats, right? Right. I I was thinking about cats, and just I just got this massive slap on the back. Something hit me on the back. It didn't burn, it didn't hurt, it was just this massive energetic sort of push, really fast, massive energetic push on the back, which physically pushed me and made me sort of. I felt it. I physically twitched and I I at half a second after the hit I heard something like Gah! Something screamed that right behind me. So just during my falling asleep phase, I had this something, I don't know, someone from the Orion is maybe messing with me. I or maybe random negative entities, or someone's trying to tell me something. Maybe I have no idea what it was. Maybe it was just one of those precognitive hypnago no, sorry, hypnagogic hypnagogic jerk, hypnagogic jerk, I think it is called. Maybe I can't tell, but it really felt like it was that was something trying to. I didn't really budge. I was just still laying in my bed, completely relaxed. Uh, Other than the jolting sensation, I was after that still completely relaxed. I was like, if that's an entity, I don't wanna deal with you. I'm not scared because it's already morning and it's not gonna work. So I'm gonna fall asleep even if you keep terrorizing me. And I just laid there. I kept I kept my eyes closed. I kept sort of lying in my bed, not expecting anything, just being lazy. There I was, and I, I was starting to get context of the dream in my head. I was starting to perceive dream imagery, and after a while, I ended up in an environment. I don't remember what was the very first thing that happened, but uh, I know I was in a weird sort of dome-shaped room. So it had a spherical roof, half spherical. It had a tiny flow of water by the wall that was meant to be there. It was like a mini river inside the house. There was a wardrobe and there was a window. And at some point I perceived the part of the wall as being wooden with vertical uh, pieces of wood material. I'm not sure how to actually describe it in English language, so let's just go with that. But it was pretty much made of concrete, uh, most of the most of it. So I was there, and I was aware that it was a dream. So I was just walking around, messing around with things, and at some points I decided to take my clothes off because it's a dream. I can do whatever I want. I don't care. And I was trying. I remember the Brian's dream experiments. He said that gazing at an object stabilizes the dream, and the dream was kind of stable. It was kind of unstable. It was still in those early stages of being dreamt. So I decided, yeah, why not? Let's do that. That's gotta be fun. So the dream was all kind of hazy and kind of inconsistent. And I went to the wardrobe and I opened drawers. I opened first one, there's nothing. I opened second one. I opened the third one, it's empty. So I was gazing at one of them, at the inside, and on the inside they were white, on the outside they looked pretty much like my wardrobe. And I was looking at it, I was just looking straight, I was just focused on one point and observed pieces of dust, I observed the material, I observed the colors and as much as I could. And I became more aware of my own environment. The dream became more stable. I felt like it stabilized the dream, yeah. But then I tried to spin around in a circle. Just stand in one place and spin around and just look at things, which was which had really bizarre results. I was standing in the dream in the room and I was spinning around toward, I think I was spinning in my left direction. At first it was all fine, but then it started lagging. I would spin, but I would constantly keep seeing the same piece of image. And that's when I froze at the vertical pieces of wood material that were the walls of the building, at a part of it at least. And I thought, well, this is weird. I'm spinning, but nothing's happening. So I spun a little harder, and at that point, the entire room turned sideways. I felt like I didn't even move. Just the entire perception of the room was tilted, flipped 90 degrees, and that was weird. And I kept spinning, and all of a sudden, the next thing I knew, I was standing on the roof. Not outside of the house, but in the inside. Meaning the room was completely flipped upside down, and this was like, wow, I didn't expect that. What? I will. Then I thought that this is bizarre. Let's just put it back. So I just came to the floor and everything was normal. Maybe even before that, or somewhere after that, I was outside in somewhere near the city with my family. We were wandering around. We were either buying something or looking for something. I don't remember, but I got singled out, and I was in this house. I was near this one house. That may just be the house that I was just describing previously, although I'm not sure. But in dreams you can't really tell. Environments keep interlooping, and you keep phasing out of one environment into the next one. So I was outside, and I came to the. Well, this part is really complex to describe. It will not make sense to you guys with your physical brains. You need to just experience it to understand what happened. But I was outside this door that looked exactly like my room now. My door with little tiny windows on it, and it had a weird construct of platforms where it was connected through three platforms. One of them was like an arm. It could bend, and it was like something you could walk on to get to the doors. And this thing was like like this, and where it was here, there was a road, and these were the door, which were slightly above ground. This is all gonna sound really weird, but for some reason I knew I shouldn't touch the ground. I don't know if that was just floor is made of lava type of game that I was trying to pull off or something. But I was in this weird rectangular object that had a platform, and I was trying to get to another object, to get to the third object, to get in the building, in the house. And I just had to leave out a lot of details because they don't really make sense to when you're thinking about it in your waking life. Okay, so after that all bizarre scene, I remember seeing alien spaceships. I was I was just outside my room, and I saw a massive. Well, it wasn't massive. It wasn't close to me. It was far in the distance, but it seemed like it was massive, and it was flying through the sky. And my friend was just outside my room, and I was yelling, "Dude, come check this out! It's so big, it's so huge. Come look at this." And he was just standing there looking at me. What? I was like, "Hurry up! Look at this! Come on, come look!" And when he came, the spaceship was already gone. So then, after a few seconds, another spaceship appeared, or the same one crossed, even closer to us, and I was like, "Wow!" I think at this point I already forgot that I was in a dream. So yeah, then the spaceship turned around and crashed into us. That's the end of that part. But after that, just before it crashed, I remember, shit, this is a dream. Okay, and then I switched the environment. So I was in my coffee shop, the one owned by my parents, and then then a weird sexual experience happened, which I can't really describe right now, nor do I have the time. But it was really good. And then I phased out of that experience, and I was in my room. I was here, and there was a weird. No. Yeah, there was a hot Japanese girl, and then we did some weird things, and that's the word that I was going for. But it was really fun, and there was another guy with her, but it was still really fun. And it was very long, so I'm not gonna describe it now. So after that, yeah, maybe these events are a little bit disjointed, but after that, I was in my cafe shop again, and there was this huge bodybuilder, super ripped, fucking stronger than. He looked like Nappa from fucking Dragon Ball Z. If you know that guy, he just looked like the strongest man you could ever imagine. He was so fucking pissed and so fucking pumped. He was just, I don't know, just like a fucking killing machine. And he just came into my coffee shop with two knives and pointed at one guy. "You wanna mess, John?" He said something like that, and the guy was like, "Oh." And then he pointed to the next one. "You wanna go, Tom?" He said something along those lines. And I was the third one he pointed at. So he swings his nice knife across the middle of the coffee shop towards my booth and says, "What about you?" or something like that. I said, "Yeah, fuck ya, bitch," and I took something and I hit him with it, and I started just running. And he came after me. Yeah, I was running. It was really weird. I was going around the table, and then he came to where I was sitting, and we were just going around the table all the time, like a thing you would see in cartoons. But it was really tight. So the booth is really small. So it was really weird. But I didn't even think about that in the dream. It was just really scary, and I just was looking at the knife, and I was like, shit, I've never been stabbed with a knife before. What have I done? I absolutely don't wanna be stabbed with a knife. And I was like, come on, okay, phase out of this experience. Come on, you can do this. And I was just trying to imagine nothing. I just wanted to be nowhere. I just wanted to picture nothing happening. And then in my mind's eye, I just saw this rectangle, tiny rectangle, with a tiny little dot or a square in it or a circle. And that's all that happened. And there was absolutely nothing else in my dream for a while. And after that, it blew up. It either exploded or zoomed in or something else happened. And I was in a dream. I was on a stage, and I was a girl. I was a hot girl, and I was dancing. There was a lot of girls dressed just like me, and we were all dancing. We were doing a number or performing something. I don't know what it was, but my face looked like Lily Aldrin from How I Met Your Mother, and she's really cute. I'm glad I looked like her. I'm sorry, I just woke up literally. I still can't talk very well, but I wanted to make a vlog as soon as I woke up so that I can most accurately, most sincerely describe what happened. So after that, I phased out of into another experience where I was it was night, and I was walking with my family towards something. And slightly before that, my mother was trying to tell me something about the cheese, how I didn't put it in the fridge and it went bad, and I was just, you never told me that. If you told me that, I would put it in the fridge, but you never told. But she was just really pissed, and I was just really pissed. She's lying to me. And then we walked to another house, and then I saw my sister pass by, and then was at the door. So all of a sudden, I wasn't outside. It was just a building. I was just inside the building, and I opened the door, and all of a sudden, dogs came out of from where I came to the outside of the building. Dogs came running through the door. So I let the dogs out technically, and we had to sort of barricade the doors to put them in together. And we didn't have anything to barricade the doors with, so we used a bunch of ropes, a bunch of tiny branches, a bunch of rocks and tiny rocks, and it was really inefficient. So after that, I came out of that place and appeared in my neighbor's backyard, which. Hello guys, Patrick from the future here. I'm sorry, my camera died at this point, so I had to come back to you to describe the final moments of the dream. So yeah, after I exited the building where we locked the dogs, there was a tractor and we were in my neighbor's backyard, which was unusual since it's really not supposed to be there, but okay. And there was a tractor connected to some machinery. It was doing something, harvesting something, processing something, I don't remember. And there was other tractor equipment or similar stuff around. So then I started the tractor and I jumped down to put my shoes on. My shoes were on the ground for some reason, and the tractor started just going, and I had to run. I was running in front of it. I was running away, and we were running towards a wall of a house. And just in front of the wall there was another piece of expensive machinery, and it crashed into the machinery. It crashed into the wall. I almost got hit, but I just managed to somehow turn it off. And there was just a ton of damage. Everything was destroyed. I was just so sad and so disappointed that I did all this bad stuff. And there was metal spikes, silver metal spikes on the ground. Each group of spikes had a rectangular
green carpet, and there was a group of spikes. And when you stepped on the carpet, the color from the spikes would latch onto your shoe, and then it would attract bugs. So I stepped on the carpet, and giant bugs started crawling to me and stuff. So yeah, that was another weird thing. And after that, I I was yelling at my mother. I was telling her that she always talks so quietly, and I can never hear what she's saying. And she was doing that throughout the dream. And um, and I was just yelling at her, um, that she can't expect me to hear anything she says. That I was yelling that she needs to learn how to talk. I and at the end I told her that she's 49 years old, which I don't think she is, I guess. And she was just laughing through the most of that part. So there's that, and I can't really remember what was. There was other details that I remember, but I have no idea where to put them because it's really just messed up and all kind of. There's no continuous flow of events. It's just I have these details that I can't put anywhere, but they are really fascinating. Although I will have to put this one with detail that I was lying in my bed somewhere around the half of in the middle of the dream, and I was being pulled out of body. And I was like, whoa, no, 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 I want a lucid dream. I'm scared of out of body experiences, which is weird because I don't know. And the second time, it pulled me again. And I was like, okay, where are we going? What's going on? What's going on? No, 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 no. And I started pulling back to my body. And I felt this massive, strong vibration of this thing pulling me out of body and me pulling myself back in the body. And it was just this buzzing sensation. It was out of this world. And after a while, I managed to get back into the body. And the third time, something grabbed me and hugged me and pulled me again, uh, a bit more gently. And I was like, I don't know if you are a real entity. I don't know what your intentions are. I don't know who you are. And I'm sorry, but I just wanna have lucid dream experiences. I'm scared of having negative experiences with dark entities in the astral, so I'm just gonna keep lucid dreaming. And I went back into the body after I told it that I can't imagine not risking the chance if I had it, but I guess I did it for some reason. So that's a bit sad, but okay, never mind that. So yeah, there's that. Not to make this video longer than it needs to be, and it doesn't really make sense, especially from your perspective. I'm so sorry. You just something. It's just something you have to experience to make sense of. But yeah, so I guess I'll be going now. Thank you so much for watching. If you like my content, you can subscribe to stay up to date with my videos and dream experiences. Leave a like for more likes. Thanks for watching. Bye.